Yeah, funny enough, I played an Assess way back in the day, and the thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way was the graphics. And I don't know why. I wasn't really feeling the graphics in it. And then I put it down for like, God, a couple years. And they completely redid the graphics. In fact, when I first saw it, when I was looking for games with me and my son, I didn't even realize it was the same game. I thought I'd never played it. And then when I was playing it with him, and I was like, oh, damn, like, this is that game. I've played this game. And it actually, the graphic update, in my opinion, is great. So yeah, I think once it hits 1.0, we're going to go ahead and give that game a nice, big, beefy run. I'm sorry. I know I get really quiet when I do these. Horseshoes actually take a little bit of focus because you have to move it. This is the only thing that you have to move both horizontally and vertically. Most swords you can just kind of go up and down and it's fine, but with horseshoes you got to kind of do this weird, super tiny U shape.
This is almost done.
Oh, can we do this? Nice. Great. Perfect. It's so tough to do that on controller. Oh, yeah, man. But that and lockpicking, I'm sure, is a nightmare on controller. Led some flops.
Super chat. I thought your playthrough of KCD2 would suffice, but I gave in and purchased it. Loving it so far, I could collect potions and brew potions all day. So Zen. Best wishes to you and your family.
Led some flops. You know, people ask me, like, what makes a sandbox game special? And we've been talking a lot about sandbox games, especially since we've been playing Avowed. Stuff like that is what makes a sandbox game special. It's when you can just fire up the game and live in the world. Because there are things that are entertaining enough to do that. And the mechanics are immersive enough to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not even doing any content. You're just living in the world. You're just doing stuff in the world. Like that's what makes a great sandbox game. That's awesome. Yep. Flocky says, is this really a sandbox when you have strict rules about what you can do and can't do? So the thing that makes a sandbox game, now there's two different kinds of sandboxes. There's just like a general sandbox which is what you're talking about. And then there is an immersive sandbox, which is one that is designed to like feel more real. So in KCD's 2 case, I think they do the immersive sandbox really well, where there absolutely are rules and some of them are pretty strict, but at the same time, they give you a huge amount of freedom to role play any variety of different things that you want to do. From, you know, trader to thief to hunter to alchemist. Like there's just tons and tons of different things you can do. Blacksmith, explorer. So it's that kind of situation. Yeah. Like if you compare this to a game like Avowed, I'm having a great time in Avowed. But if you're not exploring or doing a quest, you're not really doing anything else. Like it's a similar game, but it's not a sandbox. It's you don't just run around the world of Avowed after you've cleared it, you know, because you kind of have a specific purpose when you're doing it. You don't really need that in a game like this. You can just log in and start walking, and even if you've been there before, there still may be new things or new experiences, because you know the way the world works and the way that things move around, and it's a far different experience. So yeah, that's why it's so nice. We got to turn this quest in. Where did she go? Is that A? Yeah, okay. I think we want to do this before we talk to the other guy. Oh, there we go. Hi.
Here are those horseshoes. 2 sets, just as we agreed.
Let's see them then.
So Workster says, what about Stalker 2? Like, you know, how is that classified? Is it more or less of a sandbox? Stalker 2 is far less of an immersive sandbox than KCD 2. Stalker 2, the sandbox elements in Stalker 2, the things that make it so interesting are the content sandbox, the content sandbox angles that it takes. So in Stalker 2, if you were to do just the main quest, you'll see about 20% of that game's content, if even. So the Sandbox in Stalker 2 is more just the vast area to explore that you don't need to. And by doing that, it adds in this kind of like, you can go anywhere and see new stuff. And it's going to be... Now, also the big thing with Stalker 2 is the reason that Stalker has always been seen as a Sandbox franchise is A-Life, which isn't really in Stalker 2 yet. It's almost there, but it's getting there. But once A-Life is in, like A-Life gives Sandbox encounters like almost no other system. A-Life has better NPC encounters when it's working than KCD does, in my opinion. Because you see so much more often, like hostile groups engage each other, and you then get to choose if you want to engage and how to engage. And like that happens all the time in the first Stalker games. And they weren't able to really nail that in the second. So they're working on it, and I'm planning to return to the game when they do eventually figure it out. But yeah, once A-Life is in, that's when the Sandbox really kicks into overdrive. But right now, the Stalker 2 Sandbox is just content. Like I was saying, like 80% of the content is optional, and that creates this very cool sandbox approach where you go pretty much anywhere and there's stuff to do, which is amazing. Like that's the best thing. What is A-Life? A-Life is a Stalker specific mechanic that was in the first games that they had trouble putting in the newest one due to engine limitations. And A-Life basically, imagine if your game world had a DM like in Dungeons and Dragons, and he was constantly doing things even if you weren't there in the game world. So A-Life is essentially like, if you think of a zone, okay, A-Life goes, there's 11 groups from this enemy, there's 12 groups from this enemy, and I'm going to walk them around the zone, and they're going to do random events, and they're going to take camps from each other, and they're going to fight each other randomly, and there's going to be corpses all over the place because of the fights that have happened, and all of this might not happen, or all of this is going to happen even if the player's there or not. And then the player could just stumble upon it later. Like, and it's awesome. It's such a cool system. You can literally be on a mountain and like look into the valley and see enemies fighting over territory. It's such a cool system. All right, anyway.
These will do just
We'll talk about that
fine.
more when we return to it when it's in.
Such a young, hard-working, talented fella you are. Too bad I'm not a few years younger.
You mentioned something about payment?
Oh.
Here you go. You won't buy a castle for it, but good work calls for good pay. Now, someone just needs to bring the horseshoes to Victoria. Would you do that for me? This backache of mine.
Where's she live? Oh, who is she?
Who's this Victoria?
A girl from the village. She's a bit different. But deep down, a good girl.
Different? What do you mean?
She's had a hard life. Her husband died of the plague a while back, and now she's all alone. She does odd jobs for the villagers here to make a living. Sometimes I send her up to the soldiers with our goods. Why would I drag myself up that hill when she's got young legs and likes going up there anyway?
Fine.
Okay.
Which house does she live in?
It's not far at all. Just cross the stream and you're there. Farewell, sir.
Okay. Let's go. Such a good boy.
Fresh, crunchy.
Are you gonna play Yakuza? I am. Once these 3 big games I'm gonna be playing calm down, then I'm going to. Yep. That's the plan. Might change, but that's the plan right now. We had a 5... Dang, dude, YouTube, you guys are hopping today, and I appreciate it. Thank you. We have a 5 from Blackwater.
Super chat. Finished KCD 2 yesterday. What an ending. Freaking epic. You have no idea what is waiting for you. One of the most insane endings I have ever seen.
I can't wait. Let's not drum it up, but thank you so much. I appreciate that, Blackwater. Suyin!
Super chat. I've been watching your videos for a couple years and recently joined, but I just wanted to thank you for being a genuine, loving earthling. Keep being awesome, friendo. Here's to many more.
Thank you, Suyin. I really appreciate that as well. That is, yeah, thank you very much to my YouTube guys today for the support. Thank you, guys. Awesome, awesome. Why is there...
Victoria, I bought you horseshoes from Martha. Victoria? You here?
Oh. Oh, that's a knife.
Christ, so much blood. What happened here? I have to tell Martha.
I better check everything here for clues first. Oh, gotta check that money for fingerprints. Better check these. I gotta make sure that cobble kit works. If it didn't, I mean, her shoes could be at risk. We can't have that. Is this food poisoned? Let's check. No, it was okay. But I mean, we should probably just make sure. How does Cohh have the inventory like that? I hate the categories. Oh, it's this button. Yeah, it's called headings. Button in the top left. You can just click that on and off whenever you want it. Hi.
I brought Victoria those horseshoes, and I think something's happened to her.
What? What do you mean?
The house was empty, and in the hearth room next to the bed, I found a puddle of blood. It hadn't even dried yet.
Jesus Christ! What if she's been... No!
But it might not be too late. Do you have any idea where she could be?
I don't know. Really? Oh, how horrible!
Did Victoria have problems with anyone from the village? Did anyone want to hurt her?
No, definitely not. Good God, she was... I mean, she is a good girl. Although...
Can you think of anyone?
Sometimes there's talk about how she lives alone and how she makes her living.
The dude, man, I think you're in the wrong channel. I think you may have misfired a bit there, buddy. What's bad about how she makes her living?
Why would anyone be bothered about how Victoria makes her living? As long as she's not stealing, she can do whatever she wants, right?
Well, not everyone was happy that she brings our goods up to the camp. Once, someone even drew something very ugly on our door because of it. But what's that poor girl supposed to do without a man? There's a war, and we all need to make a living somehow.
Who did she go and see at the camp? Who might know more about her?
Mainly their blacksmith. She brings goods up there every 2 or 3 days. He's certain to remember her. So tell them at the gate that you're bringing something from the smithy. They'll let you in.
Who's bothered by the fact she lived alone?
Who's bothered by her living alone? Whose business is that?
Things are a little different, you see. She lost her husband some time ago. A young widow, actually. A pretty young widow. Naturally, a few fellas were fawning over her. There was one in particular, but he got the boot, just like all the others. But he'd never hurt her. He might be a loudmouth, but he's harmless.
Who's this mystery man, then?
I won't say. If word got out that I accused someone, we might as well just close up shop here.
Citizen says, what game was I talking about with the AI? That's a game called Stalker. There's actually Stalker 2 in particular was my game of the year last year, but I do have pretty specific flavors. We'll have to start somewhere.
Well, I'm not about to go blabbing about it in the tavern. I just need to know where to start looking for Victoria.
Fine. But you didn't hear this from me. Farmer Kuba was pretty keen on her. And he wasn't going to give up easy. Last time, he tried to flatter her by giving her a headscarf. But Victoria knew it had belonged to his dead wife. So she told him to sod off.
Oh.
The whole village was laughing at him. He's a bitter old man. But would he hurt her? I don't think so.
Huh? Jealousy's a powerful thing, though.
Well, that's true, too. So go and ask him yourself. He lives with his children and his housekeeper in that big house behind the smithy. He's always wearing a bright red coat and a hat with a feather in it. You're certain not to miss him, but not a peep about what I told you.
Don't worry. I'll take that secret to the grave. Is there anything else you can think of before I go?
I've always already told you everything I know. Now hurry up.
Okay. Speak with the farmer. What's a mad beekeeper? Oh, Lord. Have I gone back and talked to Samine? No, not yet. But I think we're going to before we do the next main quest. Mm-hmm. I see a red jacket with a cap and a feather in it. Hi.
Good day, sir.
Like your flower pot. I'm looking for Victoria. Do you know anything about her?
You're Kuba, the farmer, right?
Aye, I am. What do you want?
I'm looking for Victoria, and I thought you might know where to find her.
Why should I, of all people, know?
I hear you were quite fond of her.
Who told you that, eh?
But she sent you packing. In front of half the village.
Birds have been twittering, have they?
Yeah, it's called
Her
Twitter.
husband
It's a
wasn't
mess.
the only one taken by the Black Death. I lost my wife, too. So I thought to myself, enough time has passed, and two can live better than one. I tried. She wasn't interested. End of story. I've no idea what she's up to now, and I don't care.
Does she have friends here?
Does she have friends here? Who does she talk with in the village?
Mainly with Martha, the blacksmith's wife. But all she did was use Victoria to do her dirty work.
Well, I've spoken to Martha, and it seems she's genuinely worried about Victoria.
Worried about her? Why?
Victoria's missing. And there's a puddle of blood at her house.
I reckon someone was jealous of them soldiers she hangs around with. What's that got to do with me?
You can't be serious. She could be injured somewhere, or even worse. And you're glad?
What goes around comes around. I have a clean conscience. To hell with that silly goose.
I'm going to say the top one.
Why don't you just admit the girl was a real thorn in your side? And that you were jealous as hell? An old dog wanted some young meat, but ended up with a nibble, eh?
Listen, you prick. What the fuck are you trying on me? Who the hell do you think you are? You'd better take that back while you still have teeth.
You're pissed off that she preferred someone else over you, eh? You waited for her, and...
Enough! You've been asking for a beating, so here it comes. You're in for an ass-kicking, you piece of shit! Mercy! Spare me!
So, had enough already?
Yeah. Just leave me alone now. And I really don't know anything about Victoria. Maybe she just decided village life wasn't for her, so she took off with her soldier.
What soldier? You telling me this now?
I heard someone came across her up there in the forest while she was having a rendezvous with some fella from the camp. But I really don't know anything else.
All right. I'll ask in the camp then.
Oh, dang. Man, this is just getting like... Oh, Lord. Okay. I guess we're going up to Sigismund's camp?
What are you doing?
Oh, hey, Buckaroo.
Go.
I see that, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, buddy. Okay, let's go right up to here. Going to Sigismund's camp, that's not gonna, like, trigger anything, right? Like, this is okay? Okay, okay, good. Thank you, chat. Cool. Chat is saying it's gonna be fine. Okay. Seems a little weird doing this, but we're doing it. We're doing it. What a beautiful day.
Die.
I still don't know how to get that speed boost. I don't feel like I'm doing it right. Don't worry, there won't be anything there that you haven't done before, says Breath Edge. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Die.
Breath Edge is one of the demos we're playing tomorrow. By the way, quick note for anyone that wants that's following along with this or Avowed. Tomorrow we're doing a demo day. So tomorrow there's like a whole bunch of Steam Next Fest demos coming out, and there's too many for me not to want to try some. So we are going to be doing a demo day tomorrow. We're going to start with War Torn, the game I'm advising on. And then we're also going to do Breath Edge 2. Breath Edge is actually chilling in chat. Probably going to take a look at Solasta 2 and also Chernobylite 2. I think we'll take a look at those as well. And also Conquest Dark is releasing a new demo as well. What is this? We're going to be checking that out as well. Dude. Wait, was it this way? I have no idea what this is. Maybe for a quest or something? Let's keep going this way. Am I a voice in Solasta 2? No. No. The character that I play, Arwen Merton, is referenced, but I don't know if they recast him or he's just not in it or something, but... nope, I'm not in Solasta 2. Let's see. This is definitely a path. Did you ever play this game in VR? Yes. Oh my god, yes. It'd be amazing. Where in the heck am I going, dude? Oh. Okay. Someone said this is for a different quest. Okay.
This must be Matthew's camp. He's not here, though. I suppose he's off robbing someone. Either I wait, or I can come back another time.
Oh. What? Okay. Wasn't the quest you're doing timed? Yeah, and we're gonna do it. I'm just taking a brief detour. Super, super mega brief. Alright, well, we found this camp. Whatever the heck this thing is. Alright, let's move. Yeah. Great. Who's Matthew? I think that Matthew is one of the guys we're supposed to be finding. Right? Yeah. Yeah. That's the dude that we're looking for. I want to know exactly where Matthew robs people. I should ask the Miskowitz bailiff. Huh. Hey, Matt Fraz. What's up, buddy? Merlin says, if you like SnowRunner, you should add Roadcraft to your demo list. I have never played SnowRunner, so I don't know if I like it. I am not sure.
Go.
Fimo says, hey, from Brazil. Big ups, Brazil. I'm gonna start to play this game, but it's kind of confused. Kind of confused the battle. I'm assuming you mean the combat. The combat in this game takes a little bit to get used to. It's very unique. Just do the training with the combat
Whoa,
folks.
whoa.
And also, don't feel bad like saving and loading fights to just practice combat. Although it's better to find a trainer, and that way you get experience for it. But yeah, the combat system in this game is unique. It takes some time. It takes some time.
Oi, you, come here.
Hi.
Where do you think you're going?
Into the camp, of
in here.
course.
Oh, aye. They can't wait to see you. Look here. No strangers are allowed in, so turn around and sod off back to the pile of dung you crawled out of.
Mr. DF today? Yes.
The Miskovitz blacksmith sent me with some horseshoes. He said they'd come in handy in the camp.
All right, you can go in, but no
I feel
messing
quite
about.
hungry.
Nice.
You look quite thirsty.
Oh. I have no idea why that got... Oh, because I missed it a bunch of times. Thank you, Sir Padalot. I am sorry I missed that. Yeah, but you can just make sure if you have a message to me, by the way, make sure you put at Cohh or say my name somewhere in it and it lights up. Sir Padalot says...
In order to get the horse boost is you're not supposed to move your horse at all and then press L shift twice and not move anything at all, even W. Don't press W. You're not supposed to move your horse at all and then press L shift twice and not at all, even W. Don't press.
Okay, cool. Don't need to copy paste it, but thank you. So in other words, I need to not move at all before I do it. I think that may be, I think I've been holding W when I do it. So that might be it. That might be it. Thank you. Oh man, look at this. All right, so ask about Victoria. Dude, this music.
Greetings. What would you like?
What's a priest doing in a military camp?
Whatever he can, my son. Whatever he can.
Do you serve mass here?
Do you serve mass like other priests?
I serve mass and give blessings just like my brothers in churches and parishes. I can also officiate at marriages and administer last rites. I reckon you can guess which is more common here.
Indeed. Corey says, is Cohh going to play more Mecha Break? I am. Yes. Come back and talk to him more later.
God be with you.
This might be time, so we're going to focus on this a bit. But yeah, we are going to play at least a little more Mecha Break, if not more later. Stephen Crow. Mm-hmm.
Would you help me out? I'm looking for someone.
That depends. Who are you looking for?
Victoria, a girl from Miskovitz. They send her up here with goods from the smithy.
You'll have to ask the blacksmith. The smithy is opposite the entrance to the upper part of the camp. If you don't see it, you'll hear it at least. You can't miss the banging of the hammer.
Thanks a lot. I'll ask him.
Farewell, good sir.
Dude, that is amazing, Flavio. I love it. It's a whole chillin' set of kitties. Dandy Coon going hard up there. Okay, we need to find the blacksmith up near the... Is this the upper camp, I'm assuming? We've got a blacksmith over here. Armorer. Let's go check him out. I see drunk people.
Greetings.
Oh.
Show me your ware.
An upgrade? Bro.